Tiger is that superhero that lives in all of us somewhere, and he is the enactment of that emotion. Zoya is someone who completes Tiger.
हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू मूवी टॉकीज़। अभी टाइगर 3 आ रही है, हम सब बेसब्री से इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं मूवी का, मैं भी एक्चुअली। लेकिन टाइगर के ट्रेलर के बाद जो धमाका हुआ है, जो लोगों में एंटिसिपेशन है, बहुत बढ़ चुका है। लेकिन उसके अलावा एक सॉन्ग भी है लेके प्रभु का नाम। तो चलो अभी हम लोग भी ना इंटरव्यू शुरू करते हैं। बैठे बैठे क्या करें, करना है कुछ काम, शुरू करें वैभवी मर्चेंट के साथ इंटरव्यू लेके प्रभु का नाम। तो वेलकम टू मूवी टॉकीज़ मैम। मैम आपका सॉन्ग आ चुका है, धमाका हो रहा है चार्ट बस्टर हम लोग बोल सकते हैं कि इन द शॉर्ट टाइम की, मतलब ऐसा यूजुअली होता नहीं है यूजुअल, बट यू हैव अ सेफ रिकॉर्ड विद वायर इफ इट इज़ लाइक कि यू आर देयर, द फ्रेंचाइजी इज देयर, वायर इफ इज देयर, तो इट हैज़ टू बी अ चार्ट बस्टर। बट एज अ कोरियोग्राफर हाउ डू यू फील व्हेन एवरीथिंग जस्ट गोज राइट विद?
देखिए, तो कोशिश तो यही है, लाइक इट्स ऑलवेज इम्पॉर्टेंट कि हम कोशिश करें कि जो भी काम करूँ मैं, दैट इज़ द फर्स्ट इंटेंशन इज दैट आई हैव टू डू इट टू द बेस्ट ऑफ माई एबिलिटीज़। एंड बिकॉज मेरा जो लॉन्ग एसोसिएशन रहा है यशराज फिल्म्स के साथ, दे नो माई टेम्परामेंट, दे नो हाउ आई लाइक टू वर्क, दे नो कि मैं थोड़ा होमवर्क करके आती हूँ, थोड़ा प्रिपेयर्ड आती हूँ, तो उनको भी अच्छा लगता है मेरा काम करने का सलीका, और मुझे भी यहाँ अच्छा लगता है काम करना, बिकॉज मेरी जो विजन होती है या मेरा जो डिज़ाइन होता है गाने को लेकर या कोरियोग्राफी होती है, उसको आई कैन बी एज गुड एज द सपोर्ट दैट आई गेट फ्रॉम माई प्रोड्यूसर, राइट। अगर मुझे बोला जाए नहीं आपको गाना सिर्फ एक दिन में करना है या 2 दिन में, इट कैन नॉट बी पॉसिबल। So for quality and for your vision and whatever you have envisaged for the song, it's very important that you आपको बहुत अच्छे से बैकअप करते हैं आपके प्रोड्यूसर, फिर आपके डायरेक्टर को भी आपको कन्विंस करना पड़ता है अपने विजन के साथ, एंड ऑफ कोर्स योर एक्टर्स एंड योर परफॉर्मर्स, डांसर्स, क्रू, एवरीबडी। सो एक कलेक्टिव एफर्ट जब आता है साथ में, एंड इफ यू एंड ऑफ कोर्स यशराज ओनली गिव्स यू द बेस्ट ऑफ एवरीथिंग। आपको अगर प्रोडक्शन डिज़ाइनर बोलें, आप सिनेमाटोग्राफर बोले, आप एक्टर्स बोले, आप स्क्रिप्ट्स बोलें, आप स्टोरीज बोलें, उनका जो एक विजन है टू फॉर द ऑडियंस, उनकी जो एक पैशन रही है सिनेमा के लिए। हाल ही में आप लोग ने सबने भी देखा होगा रोमांटिक्स में भी, जब जैसे ईथॉस, इमोशन इन्वॉल्व विद देयर मूवी मेकिंग कल्चर, तो उसको लेके मेरा काम बहुत आसान हो जाता है। जब वो ही इतने कंपैशनेट हैं, तो वो मेरे ऑल्सो ऑब्वियसली काइंड ऑफ ड्राइव्स एवरीबडी फ्रॉम देयर, राइट।
So like you said, the production matters, but as we know, how much does the cast matter, when you have faces? So you have to imaginize them, differently. Like maybe you'll like Tiger, when you are choreographing Tiger and Ritik, it will be a different vision. But here you have Tiger and Zoya, so you actually know they have, they are established characters. So how do you envision those songs, like keeping them in mind and also the situations?
I think actors matter a lot today because आज एक रिलेशनशिप फॉर्म हुआ है सारे एक्टर्सों का, मतलब उनके जो फैंस होते हैं, उनके फैन के ग्रुप्स जितने बनते हैं इंस्टाग्राम पे, ट्विटर पे, ऑल द सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे जो अपना वोकलाइज करते हैं उनके फैंस, तो उससे हमको भी काफ़ी समझने को आता है कि भाई they are really people who applaud them, who revere them, and they feel कि यार ये इनको अगर आप लेके आप कुछ ऐसा करो कि फैंस को मज़ा आए, ऑडियंस को मज़ा आए, जो फैंस नहीं है वो उनके फैंस बन जाए, दैट इज़ द होल ड्रीम। तो वो ही कोशिश रहती है सब एक्टर्स की भी कि वो जितने अपने फ़ैन के वॉल्यूम को बढ़ाएं और उनको मतलब the more fans they garner, the more credibility they have as actors, and for us it's our responsibility as technicians who work behind the camera, जैसे कि अभी उनको कैसे प्रेजेंट करें ताकि वो फुलफिल हो, और वो बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि व्यूअरशिप हमें उतनी मिले, बिकॉज इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट कि स्टार्स की वजह से उतनी व्यूअरशिप मिलती है, उतना ओपनिंग मिलता है, आपको उतना बिजनेस मिलता है। सो कंसिडरिंग दैट ऑल्सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट कि दे डोंट फील डिसअपॉइंटेड, उनको ऐसा कभी नहीं लगना चाहिए अरे भी थोड़ा कम रह गया या कुछ रह गया। तो हमेशा हमारी कोशिश यही रहती है कि हम और करे और अच्छा करे और बेहतर करे उनके लिए.
रिसेंटली आपका एक कोट आया था कि सलमान इज सो हैंडसम दैट यू कैन शूट हिम फ्रॉम एनी एंगल. सो आई केप्ट इट एज अ हेडलाइन ऑफ माई आर्टिकल एंड द कमेंट्स आई रीड इट्स लाइक या सो ट्रू. सो इट माइट बी अ फीमेल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू फ्रॉम यू और इज इट जेन्युइन?
No, it's very, very genuine. I mean, look at, if you've seen his face over the years, it's really evolved. But the evolution has still been the same. One thing has been consistent is that whenever he comes in front of the camera, he gets pictured very differently. I don't know what it is. Like it's just maybe it's his face structure. Of course, he's got these beautiful genes. He's the Khan, and he's got this very photogenic face. Sometimes ऐसा भी होता है कि लोग इतने अच्छे नहीं लगते हैं in person. ऐसा लगता है अरे ये क्या है मतलब what is this? When they put that makeup and everything, वो जब तैयार होके आते हैं जैसे camera देखते हैं transform. There's a complete transformation and you feel wow, there's a screen presence. So I guess that Salman is blessed actually. He's genetically blessed. And yes, that's how he is.
Okay, just a fun part, अभी परसों उनका एक ट्रेलर लॉन्च था सलमान का. उन्होंने कहा कि मे बी द सिनेमाटोग्राफर और द प्रेजेंटर्स आर नॉट डूइंग जस्टिस टू हिम. ही लुक्स बेटर इन रियल लाइफ देन द रियल लाइफ. What's like? How do you react to it?
No, I think everybody in all the decades that he has worked, I think everybody has tried doing justice as best as they can. Yes, I agree with him to a point where he's never showcased the क्या बोलते हैं, the high quotient good looks
Aura.
aspect of it.
Aura kind.
Not aura. Aura is very like very good, but I'm talking about the way he's dressed, whether his outfit or the way you shot him. Like even in swag, this is swag. When we shot him, I wanted him to look not trying to look. ऐसा नहीं कि आप फिर आके. So it's not just the looks with the clothes or the hair and the makeup. Of course, all those things are also important. But how you shoot the character, how you shoot, कहाँ से place, वो angle क्या रखा है, वो background क्या है, वो क्या कर रहे हैं, उनका action क्या है. So like कितना नहीं करना चाहिए, how much not to do is also what's important, not how much more to do. Okay, less is more. I think go with that attitude. I think there's a certain एक easiness दिखता है. Sometimes आप big भी लगाओगे, फिर आप वो tight jeans भी पहनोगे, फिर आप tight fitted shirts भी पहनोगे. Maybe it doesn't work at times. Maybe कुछ अलग, like for instance, even लेके प्रभु का नाम, the shirts that we kind of gave.
It's fancy. Too fancy actually. Yeah.
So I don't know about the others, but I'm trying. Okay, like you've always seen him in these check shirts, you've seen him in those plain shirts, and you've seen him because he's always been a fit body. He's maintained his body over the years, and he's got a very strong gait. Like when he stands with a lot of upright position, very like stiff. ऐसे लगता है because obviously वो dumbbell lift करते हैं, तो उनका एक innate swagger. फिर उसको थोड़ा softness लाने के लिए I said let me bring in a little bit of the soft fabric and get that little motive going. So we did that in a black shirt, that in a red white. So something is not done before. That was the attempt. I guess that also was really super hot.
For different shirts and the different clothes, it actually looks like a colorful song. You have different Salman Khan looks. You have Katrina in 7 different looks, and the same happens with swag. So swag. And before that, it was like mashallah. But we have seen Salman and Katrina's chemistry over the years. But it is a big challenge, to present them in a different way, like you say, and that chemistry, that glamour, everything has to be there. How do you manage that?
See, it's very important for me to understand अच्छा requirement क्या है. Like firstly, the story and the screenplay drives it. We already know this franchise has been shot very stylishly from sequence 1, from part 1. And of course there is a progression in part 1, part 2, part 3, and the characters are also evolving. So it's very important for me to know कि अच्छा ये है. अभी within those parameters also we try to bring in a certain like X factor, जैसे बोलते कि अच्छा इसमें क्या करेंगे. Now earlier previously just 2-3 changes we had. We were supposed to be in Maldives, Moroccan was the concept, and then the second one we went to Greece to shoot it. So it was a little more languid, little more laid back, little more casual. Like we did not try too hard to kind of go high fashion or anything. Then the third part, I said, no, I want to go high fashion. So with all of that, I was always fascinated कि यार ये लोग जो fashion industry वाले जो जिस हिसाब से अपने models को shoot करते हैं, so I wanted to showcase them as models, of course, as characters also. Tiger है, Zoya है, but Zoya with a twist of a little fashion thrown into it, a little vogue thrown into it. So for me, that also played, and of course, costume designers are so brilliant today, and they are just at it constantly. Actors also are involved, like directors and as choreographers, director of choreography, we are also involved equally in deciding कि अभी वो क्या पहनेंगे, क्या शूज़ होना चाहिए, क्या एक्सेसरी होना चाहिए, बाल कैसे होने चाहिए, क्या शॉट लगना चाहिए, because every outfit will tell you how to shoot the actor. तो वो भी था कि मैं अभी वो आउटफिट में उनको फिर वो एक्स्ट्रा वो हिप थम्पिंग डांस कराऊंगी तो वो awkward लगेगा. So at some points I've just made her stand on, like, you know, this vintage car, or we've kind of made her just kind of pose and all of that. And then some outfits we've made her dance. So all of that वो सब सोचना पड़ता है, वो सब part of the homework होता है, आपका prep planning होता है, pre-production.
So you know, our scarf, actually there is a scarf, the tiger scarf. It is nostalgic. So was it part of your homework too? Like
Yeah,
people are talking about it.
Like, see, Tiger's scarf, the kafia that he wears, that's a very signature characteristic outfit. Like that's his accessory. That's what his that's how his character was built in part one also. So when you saw the first poster also, you saw Salman standing against the backdrop of Marda with that scarf around him, right? So that had to
it's
also,
flowing actually.
Yeah, it's flowing, and that had to continue in part 2 and part 3 also. We said, acha theek hai, but now he's wearing it on this black shirt and I want to see. So you kind of introduce and then he kind of drops it later. And yeah, so and we also brought in other kind of, not just that print, not the kafia print, but we tried the other prints also. So this was a necessity, not something that I said, okay, now there was no eureka moment here when I thought कि चलो अभी काफिया आएगा, but ये requirement थी तो हमने उसको fulfill करी.
Profession of choreographers, you know what happens, we see it on screen, the stars are there, so people talk about them, but you guys are, you know, behind the camera, so people don't really talk about. But on the BTS, you know, sometimes the production releases BTS and people do understand कि यार the kind of hard work you go through, you know, you people go through, and then they start talking about you. This has happened to you, you know, like I have seen the BTS video of like Pesharam Rang and also there. So you know, now they will release of this also, I hope.
Yes.
So you know, you get kind of a recognition of your work through that. You can see it on the YouTube comments, everything. How do you think, you know, the perception is changing for the audiences of this?
I think today the audience really want to also know, you know, like cinema education is something that we don't have in our syllabus and our whatever. You know, we are always aspiring to become everything else. But today the spectrum's open. The people really kind of want to know how, the who and how and when of it all. There's so much information out there thanks to social media. There's so much exchange of information through everybody's work. And yes, we also do garner that respect. I think people behind this screen garner a lot more respect because they know we are the people who are making the actors do that. So earlier, just पहले जब हमने evolution of cinema जब शुरुआत हुई, of course people वो अचंभे रह गए, मतलब सिनेमा देख के लोगों को लगा अरे वाह ये क्या है, what is this moving images, from that black and white era and everything. After that we evolved and the evolution of cinema has happened through the years, but people started to also bring the spotlight onto ये कैसे बनता है, ये कैसे होता है. Like you see all these special effect films also when they are made. Like I'm most interested to also know how Avatar got made. सबको जानना है ना. As students of cinema सब तो नहीं होते. People, there are also people consuming as lovers of cinema, as the audience of cinema. But आज की जो audience है, आज की जो generation है, उनको सब जानना होता है, उनको सब पता होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. And that is great that we, how we work, what our craft is, what we do behind the camera. हमारा जो experience होता है to create that film, to work on the film is a lot different from what the audience is experiencing. Audience आती है, वो 2 घंटे देखती है, अगर पिक्चर अच्छी लगी तो बोलते हैं वाह वेरी गुड, सराहते हैं, अगर नहीं अच्छी लगी तो दे जस्ट वॉक आउट. बट इवन, sorry for my language, but even a bad film takes that much effort to be made, you know. उतनी ही मेहनत जाती है 2 घंटे की फिल्म बनाने में. So 3 महीने, 4 महीने, 6 महीने लग जाते हैं, कभी कभी साल भी लग जाते हैं. एक गाने के पीछे हम anywhere between 4 to 6 days today we shoot, and every shot needs to get canned, and all those pieces eventually get fit in to the edit room, and then it's kind of then it comes into play. So अच्छा लगता है कि जब लोग DOPs, that culture in the south आप देखेंगे, साउथ के फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में, even in Bengali cinema, there's a lot of respect for people who work in films, you know. बहुत सराहे जाते हैं, डायरेक्टर्स हो, टेक्नीशियंस हो, और टेक्नीशियंस को बहुत रिस्पेक्ट मिलता है. अब वो स्लोली वो कल्चर इवन इन आवर हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री वो आने लगा है इन द लास्ट आई थिंक 30-40 years. आई थिंक थोड़ा वापस आने लगा है. गोल्डन एरा में बहुत इन्जॉय करते थे लोग, लाइक यू नो, जब 50s और 60s में दैट, एंड फिर एक दौर था वेयर द सिनेमा ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ डिप्ड. तो वहाँ से मतलब लोगों का वो एक नज़रिया हट चुका था. एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स व्हेन द सिनेमा स्टार्टेड टू चेंज, द फिल्म स्टार्टेड टू इम्प्रूव, द फिल्म स्टार्टेड टू गेट बेटर, दैट्स व्हाई दैट इंटरेस्ट स्टार्टेड टू कम इन. काम से ही आपको सराहा जाएगा, नॉट हाउ यू आर एंड व्हाट योर माइंड सेट इज. एंड वो पर्सपेक्टिव आना बहुत ज़रूरी था. And it was high time it happened. And, you know, the credibility towards it is also the people who are investing in films that give us the credit equally.
So just a while ago you quoted, you know, tiger hai. So there are different definitions of tiger and Zoya. So you know, for me he is something else, for fans he is something else. So like according to you, what is the definition of tiger? What is the definition of Zoya?
So definition of tiger as character, are you asking, or are you asking
as a character?
About as character
in the film.
In the film.
Or as a viewer.
I think tiger is a man with a lot of heart, but with an exterior of someone who's bound with his duties to his country, and with that, and that builds his character. So tiger is that superhero that lives in all of us somewhere, and he is the enactment of that emotion. For me, Zoya is someone who completes tiger. She is also the other part of the same coin, and she too is bound by her duty, but she's a lot of heart, and she has her moments with tiger, but we do know that eventually tiger and Zoya are always going to be the flag bearers or the torch bearers of what they stand for.
This year you had Beshanam Rang in Pathaan. The film, the song was chartbuster and the film was a record-breaking hit. Now you again have a chartbuster. What are your expectations at the box office from Tiger?
देखिए, एक्सपेक्टेशंस यही रहता है कि जो भी गाना करूं वो प्रीवियस रिकॉर्ड्स को ब्रेक करे. बट वो होना ज़रूरी होता है, बट वो होता कभी कभी नहीं है. बट इन दिस केस, इफ़ दिस इज़ व्हाट इट इज़ एंड इफ़ दिस इज़ व्हाट इट्स गोइंग टू बी, देन आई विल ओनली बी ग्रेटफुल. मैं और कुछ, हमारे बस में कुछ नहीं होता है. आई कांट derive and say, and I'm not someone who can derive that and say अच्छा ये ना ये रिजल्ट. आई एम नॉट दैट. तो मैं अभी भी नर्वस होती हूँ. अभी भी जब गाना करती हूँ तो ऐसा लगता है अरे ये ठीक होना चाहिए, ये ठीक है क्या, ये ओके है क्या. आप अगर जब बोलते हो कि अच्छा ये चार्ट बस्टर हो गया, तो आई एम डाउटिंग दैट. आई एम ऑल्सो क्वेश्चनिंग, अच्छा हो गया है ना, ओके अगर हो गया तो आई एम ग्रेटफुल टू गॉड, एंड आई एम सेइंग थैंक यू टू एवरीबडी. दर्शकों को मैं अपना शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगी कि थैंक यू for appreciating, for acknowledging our work and our efforts and our hard work, and please keep loving it because we thrive on it. हम उसी के लिए इंतज़ार, उसी के लिए हम झुलसते हैं उन extreme temperatures में, extreme conditions में. It's insane, like when we go on sets and shoot in those conditions where actresses and actors have to be fighting the weather and this and that, and light जा रही है, आ रही है, all of that chaos. वो chaos के बीच में जब एक ऑडियंस अप्रिसिएशन मिलता है, जब आप जैसे लोग हमको आके बताते हैं कि यू नो बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया जा रहा है, बहुत अच्छी बातें हो रही है, so we feel nice. That's it. Soothing to the ear.
All the best for the film.
Thank you so much.
It was nice having you.
Thank you so much. Take care.